Hey guys, and welcome to a brand new video here on FPL Now. Today we're going to be going over my final team selection for Double Gameweek 37 and the transfers that I'm thinking of making. So if you're excited for the video, drop a like down below, leave a comment, what are your plans for Double Gameweek 37, subscribe if you're brand new, and let's get into the video. So, starting things off, we have Petrovic in goal. I'm, of course, playing my bench boost this week, so I do also have Onana playing as well. But I would be playing Petrovic this week anyway, so that's why he's in my starting lineup and Onana isn't. A lot of people tend to play like really good players on the bench when they play their bench boost, and I think that's completely against the point. The whole point of the bench boost is you'd still play your best 11, and then you bench boost gets you whatever points you would have missed, but you'd still play your worst players on the bench, and that is the points the bench boost would get you. I don't think it's a really good kind of indication of how good your bench boost is if you're just playing like your best players on the bench, because it just, like I say, defeats the whole point of it. So I would be playing Onana on the bench if I wasn't playing my bench boost this week regardless. So my bench is going to be the players that I would not be playing if I didn't have like my bench boost. That's basically how you kind of have to look at it. But either way, Petrovic has Forest away and Brighton away. Two tough fixtures, to be fair. I don't even think Chelsea are going to keep a clean sheet in either of those fixtures. Forest do have something to play for. You know, they're going to be fighting against relegation. If they do get anything from this game, if they win the game, then they're basically safe. If they draw the game, they're pretty much safe. So they do have a lot to play for. I know that Chelsea do as well with like European places, but I don't think going to the City ground is going to be good for Chelsea at all. Forest, you know, we are Chelsea's bogey team at the end of the day. We drew with them twice last season. We beat them at Stamford Bridge this season. So them to come to the City ground, I don't think it's going to be a walk in the park. And then Brighton, they've not been great in the latter half of the season, so maybe they keep a clean sheet in that fixture, but I think it's still going to be pretty tough. But either way, we've got Petrovic in goal, Forest away, and Brighton away. At the back, we've got Shaw, who's got Brighton away and United away. He's in my starting 11 because he's going to be transferred out this week regardless, so whoever I bring in for him is going to be my starting 11, which is why he's there instead of somebody like Gusto. I've also got Gvardiol, who's got Fulham away and Spurs away, and I've also got Pedro Porro, who's got Burnley at home and City at home. So two fixtures for Spurs. I think that Burnley fixture has come at the best possible time because Spurs are just not in good form at the moment. So hopefully they just smash Burnley. As a Forest fan, I hope they smash Burnley regardless. But they smash Burnley and then they might actually have a bit of momentum going into that City game, because Spurs are also City's bogey team. You know, City, I don't know if they've ever beaten them at the Spurs stadium in the league since they obviously changed. I'm not sure how how credible that is, but either way, they never do really well against them at Spurs' ground. But either way, Porro and Gvardiol definitely going to be in my starting 11, and then my transfer for Shaw will also be in my starting 11. So that's the back line and the goalkeeper. I'm expecting maybe a couple of clean sheets in this back line. Like Gvardiol, maybe the Fulham game. I don't think they'll keep a clean sheet against Spurs. Porro hopefully keeps a clean sheet against Burnley. That's the most likeliest clean sheet, I would say. And then obviously Petrovic, it is just how it happens on the day, really. But yeah, maybe one or two clean sheets. Probably be happy with at least that. But hopefully we can get more. But either way, that's the back line and the goalkeeper. In midfield, we've got Son, who's got Burnley at home and City at home. We've got Foden, who's got Fulham away and Spurs away. We've got Palmer, who's got Forest away and Brighton away. We've got Gordon, who's got Brighton at home and Man United away. And we've also got Garnacho, who's got Arsenal at home and Newcastle at home. So let's quickly go through these. So Son, absolutely fine playing him. Nowhere near captaincy shout this week, but still a player that I definitely would want to own this week. That Burnley at home fixture is really nice. And I think that the City game will actually work relatively well for Son to be able to run in behind the City back line and stuff. Foden, I'm expecting to start both of the fixtures. I'm expecting some returns from him as well. I did get one of his hat-tricks this season, but the other one I didn't get. So if he could recreate that against Fulham, that would be absolutely ideal. I've also gone Palmer as well, who's got Forest away and Brighton away. Again, one of the best FPL assets, if not the best FPL asset to own this season in regards to price per points. And he's got, like I say, Forest away and Brighton away. I'm expecting him to score maybe at least 1 or 2 goals in those fixtures. I've got Gordon, who's got Brighton at home and Man United away. Brighton at home is a really, really nice fixture for Newcastle. Their home form is ridiculous. Gordon's returns are all coming at home. Like 85% of his returns are at home this season, so hopefully he can recreate that against Brighton. And then United just aren't a very good squad at the moment either, so I expect Newcastle to win that game as well. And I've also got Garnacho, who's got Arsenal at home and Newcastle at home, which isn't a great double for them. I'm also a little bit worried about Garnacho's minutes now as well, because Rashford's back in team training. I think Martinez is also back in team training as well, which helps the defense because obviously Martinez is back, but Rashford being back definitely hinders Garnacho a little bit, because it's now, because I don't know if Rashford comes straight back into the starting lineup, but he's either got to drop Garnacho or Anthony for Rashford, and I just think it's because he loves Anthony so much, even though he's been terrible this season, and Garnacho has actually been pretty good. Ten Hag just loves Anthony for whatever reason, so I think he's just going to play him over Garnacho regardless. So I'm not actually expecting Garnacho to start both games, but it's not a player that I can really afford to take a -4 because it's just pointless, really, in that case. It's just going to be unfortunate if he does miss out. Also, Bruno Fernandes apparently hasn't been in team training this week, so I don't know if that'll affect anything. But either way, that's the midfield there. And then up top, we've got Isak, who's got Brighton at home, and then also Man United away. So very, very happy owning him. I mean, around my rank, I think he's like 99% owned regardless, so it doesn't matter if he scores, but it's just a player that's kind of defending my rank, really. And then Haaland, who is my current captaincy, Fulham away and Spurs away, hoping for a couple of goals in both of those fixtures. He's on form at the moment, so fingers crossed that can happen. And then my current bench boost, as I say, these are the players that I would not be playing this week, which is why they're all on my bench. So I've got Onana, who's got Arsenal at home and Newcastle at home. Not expecting anything from the Man United goalkeeper this week. He's just got 2 fixtures, hopefully a couple of save points. I've got Solanke, who's got Brentford at home. We've got Gusto, who's got Forest away and Brighton away. Reece James is back in team training now, and Poch did just say, like, in this press conference today, saying he hopes that he can play 5 or 10 or 20 or even 30 minutes. So I don't really know what that means for Gusto, because Gusto is also just back from injury. I'm hoping Gusto starts one of them, but I don't think as a player that is going to be really seeing that many minutes, because he's not been part of the team that have been playing really, really well lately. And now that Reece James is back as well, I just don't know. Maybe Gusto starts one and James kind of maybe gets, you know, a 40-minute cameo or a 30-minute cameo or something in both games. I don't know why they would need to really rush Reece James back. I just think it's a little bit counterproductive. But either way, I've got Gusto with those fixtures. And then Van Heck, who's obviously out of the season, that I do need to get rid of. So that's how my current team is looking. If we move on to the transfers, though, I've got 5.6 mil in the bank. I've got 1 free transfer. And I've got 2 problems that I need to deal with. The information about Shaw as well, like he's 25% chance of playing now. Howe did rule him out, I think, of the fixture, the Brighton fixture. But apparently he might be back for game week 38, which is why he's obviously orange flagged. I'm going to be getting rid of him regardless. There's no reason to keep him. But the one transfer that I'm 1000% making this week is Van Heck out for Romero. The only reason that I've not made it yet is just simply because, you know, press conference. I'm recording this before loads of other press conferences as well. So if more information comes out, maybe I have to kind of sort that out as well. But either way, I will be getting Romero in my squad for Van Heck this week. I'm pretty set on that. So he's got Burnley at home and City at home. In regards to my starting 11, I would still be benching Romero this week. I wouldn't play Romero over Porro, Gvardiol, or my transfer in for Shaw. So I would still be playing Romero on my bench boost. The only reason I'm bringing him in is because I'm playing my bench boost. So that's obviously my transfer this week. I'm going to be taking a -4 as well for Shaw. Now, this is the player that will be taking Shaw's place here. So this player will not be on my bench boost. He'll actually be in my starting 11. Now, who's it going to be? Well, obviously, the safe option is, of course, Dan Burn. 4.7 mil, will be starting at centre-back. Has a really good threat on set pieces. Absolute giant. What is he, like 6'5" or whatever? So he's the safe option. However, though, Trippier has trained all week. And Howe said he's trained really, really well as well. So it's one of those. Do I go for the differential in Trippier? And because I just think that the risk will probably pay off. If he starts both of those fixtures, it's, you know, there's not really a ceiling for him. You know, the returns that he's had this season in terms of assists, he'll be on all set pieces, stuff like that. I just think it'd be such a good asset, and he's so low owned as well. It's just if he doesn't start a Newcastle keep a clean sheet, it's just going to really, really hurt my rank. So I think I really, really want to go Trippier, and I feel like if I was chasing, I would 1000% just go Trippier this week because I have nothing to lose. But because I'm in the top 1k and I just feel like I have to make the smart choice and just go Dan Burn. I really want to go Trippier, but I think I've got to play it smart and just take the -4, bring Dan Burn in. Dan Burn will be part of my starting lineup and just do that. Trippier, like the Trippier comments were really positive, but he said he's going to make a decision today on tomorrow. If we get early team leaks, which potentially might happen, and Trippier starting, 1000% I'm bringing him in. Even if he only gets like 60 minutes in both games, I'd much rather that over Dan Burn over the 2 fixtures. So if we do get, I think it's a 3 p.m. kickoff. Obviously, City play Fulham first at 12:30. So we'll definitely get team leaks for those. And again, if Gvardiol or Foden are benched, that's going to be other kind of things that I need to deal with. If they're all fine and we do get Newcastle leaks and it is looking like Trippier is going to start, I will definitely bring him in over Dan Burn. If we don't get team leaks, I'll probably just play it safe and bring in Burn. But yeah, I think that's kind of going to be what the situation is. Remember, I'm probably going to be doing a deadline stream tomorrow, the first one. So yeah, we'll obviously be able to see what happens live as it unfolds. But yeah, I think if you can't make that stream, I think with no team news, I go Dan Burn. With news that Trippier starts, obviously I go Trippier. I think that's just the situation I do, and then run into game week 37 with that team. So this will be Trippier or Burn, and then yeah, the bench will be Onana, Solanke, Gusto, and Ramiro. A lot of people have in the comments said I should and shouldn't kind of take the hits for Jackson and Gusto. In a perfect world, I would love to take Gusto out and bring Jackson in for Solanke, but I just don't think it's really worth the -8. I really don't. If it was a -4, I'd be doing it 100% of the week. But because I've been unlucky with the injuries to Udogie and Shaw and Van Heck, I have to make these chances. Yeah, I have to make these changes either way. So if they weren't injured, I would be bringing Jackson in this week 100%, like 1000%. But because, like I say, the unlucky injuries have happened, I have to sort those out first. So it's not even that the injuries are just affecting the players that I had, but like I say, they also have a knock-on effect to the other transfers that I want to make. But it is what it is. It's FPL. Injuries can happen. It is unfortunate. But either way, that's going to be what we're currently looking like for Double Game Week 37. Again, deadline stream tomorrow. We'll probably kick things off. I don't know what I think the deadline is 11 a.m. So we'll probably go live at like 10 a.m., 9:30, something like that. Either way, hope to see you there tomorrow. If not, hope you enjoyed today's video. If you did, drop a like down below. Let's try to 50 likes. Leave a comment. What are your FPL Game Week 37 transfer plans? Subscribe if you're brand new. Ring the notification bell. Have a fantastic rest of your day. And until next time, peace.